DerbyNation.tv is your one-stop shop for your Demolition Derby pay-per-view needs. With a schedule like no other, you can catch all the shows you want to watch at the touch of a button from the comfort of your living room without leaving your house. But pay-per-view derbies aren't the only thing that they can get you. You can also carry a monthly subscription to watch the ever-growing Derby Builds, where you get all the behind-the-scenes action on different build processes with the Derby Builds team, including team show cars and even some national-level youth builds.
And if you can't make it to that big show in person, go ahead, host that shop watch party, and let DerbyNation.tv bring excitement of Demolition Derby action straight to your shop live on your TV. Ladies and gentlemen, Hard Nosed Derby Podcast.
We go from cold as balls
to heat wave.
Heat wave / swamp.
Yes.
I don't want to try to walk across my yard
It's
right
a
now.
muddy bitch. I got rid of a Derby car this weekend.
Did you?
I did. The 03 is gone.
Was it trade material?
It was. Something else showed up, but it wasn't another Derby car.
It wasn't?
No. CJ7.
Oh, that was the... Okay.
With a V8 in it.
That's what you need.
I figure I can lift it to the sky, beat the fuck out of it all summer.
If you're going to lift it to the sky, you're not going to beat the fuck... Well, you're going to beat the fucking roll bars off of that
That's
bitch.
fine. That's why it's got them on there. We got somebody sitting in here with us.
We do. Seth DeWesplore, what's up, dude?
What's up, guys?
We talk to him a lot.
Yeah.
And we talk about him
Yeah.
a lot.
Full tilt retard.
Yeah. Finally, we get him in here.
And now the FT, I think now it's going to be FTR on the front bumpers.
It needs to be.
Sounds like a good idea.
Oh, well, let's cover what happened this weekend.
He come over and hung out with me this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
He watched a little bit of Derby action before he tried to go pick up another.
Easy. Derby car.
Yes, Pimp City.
All right.
Hey. Wicked Warzone, Sturgis, Kentucky.
Hold on. One second. This episode is sponsored by Black and Gold.
And the Walgreens Pharmacy Market.
All right.
Dudes, Wicked World Class.
Ah.
We talked the other day. Your top three, what you had in your head was Simonson, Trevor Jones, Don Santel. Don was there, but no car.
Right.
Mr. Tony Aarons.
Which, that's okay. I'm good with that being a substitute for my third.
Correct.
Not the first time his name's
Nope.
come up. Won't be the last. Had a badass car.
Drove the wheels off that bitch, literally.
Well, yeah, literally. I mean, if you go back and look, the front end did what they do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure the spindle and everything was still attached to the front wheel.
Ejecto-Cedo.
Yep.
Yep.
But still, the front end of that car looks money. Beat the fucking ass end plumb off of it.
He took some shots.
Yeah.
He took some shots. Tony Runner down to third. Dylan Simonton second. Trevor Jones, you got the win. Dylan's car, it looked like it was probably his super stock car that he ran at Blizzard Bash.
Yep.
Ass end was motherfucking mint. And he used it.
Yep, he did. And from the snap and whatnot that I got from him, it looks like that the car's still runnable.
Oh, yeah.
Minus a little bit of work in front of the humps. Mm-hmm. Which we...
Once you get them packed in all the way to the speaker deck, shit's going to happen somewhere.
It has to.
Yeah.
And that is kind of where they go.
Yes.
I'm going to say this, and again, opinions are like assholes. It looked like to me Dylan had that bitch won twice.
Yes.
To me, again, wasn't standing on dirt. not sticking up for anybody because Traver did Traver stuff.
Cashing a check.
Yep.
The any-year bone stock, that was ended how I would expect a Sturgis, Kentucky show to end. Nose to nose, back up, and get it on.
It was pretty cool to watch
Yep.
because Jeremy, whenever, it come down to the final two, have you ever seen anybody so calm, cool, and collected?
He wasn't even wound up. He was reaching down for some shit.
Yep.
Maybe trying to
Throw a hand out the window, let's get it on.
Yep. Bo Haynes was the same way. He was pumping up the crowd while they were ready to do the nose up. Bo Haynes with the win, Jeremy Brown second, Blake Bivens third. We were sitting there watching it, and I'd pick Blake Bivens. He runs real well down there, and his car was right off the rip. It looked really good.
The compact co-pilot, I don't say this shit very often, wasn't bad to watch.
It wasn't.
It really wasn't.
No, you got a couple of them haywire son of a bitches
Yes.
that were in there together.
Yeah.
What
started it off.
What do you always say? I'm going to hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker?
Yes.
The one dude, Camry, we were sitting there watching it.
Yeah.
Stuff's like the ass is going down, and he took one shot and he drove it under the ass of another car, plumb up in the air,
Yep.
and that's where he stayed. It was like, well, you're going that direction.
And I'll just stay here.
I'll just back up.
I'll just you stay there, wait for me. I'll be back in a minute.
So, did you guys see the way that show ended, though, in that class? Those two guys, what was it, Cole and Eli? They
Yeah.
put it on them guys.
Well,
They
and
did.
what was cool about that? What I always bitch about compacts, and you
The
listen
limp-
all the time.
The limp mode shit.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That was better.
Oh, yes.
It wasn't that. Boof.
No, it was, I'm going to run right
Yes.
through the front of your motor, and you're going to
100%.
stay there.
I mean, and the shit was running. Like, that's what changes the game for a compact with me. As long as the motherfuckers are screaming, like the Camaros and shit that we watched
South
in
Dakota.
South Dakota, like the motherfuckers are still running.
Yep.
Like, they're wide open, still bouncing off limiters and shit.
Yes.
It's whenever they're out there sputtering around and can't fucking hit at each other, and there's 5 cars left, that makes for a long ass finish.
Oh, yeah. Brennan Kerr and Calvin Leonard run third. Seth called it once we figured out it was them.
Yeah, once I figured out they were in the Derby, I was like, I don't know why I didn't take them. I got the pleasure to meet them guys at Blizzard Bash this year, and Brennan knocked the rear end of that G-body in the feature, and I was like, oh, he's here to party.
Yep.
And Calvin's driving skills, he's the same way. I mean, you see him at Spring X. They ran with Clayton and Cody.
Yeah.
Their driving styles reflected exactly what happened Saturday
Yeah.
night. I think they would have won it if they would have turned it up a little sooner, but
My
you know.
hatred for the co-pilot class was coming back at the start of the 80s and up. Because you remember the first one that we ever watched out at Blizzard Bash, or was it Blizzard Bash?
Blizzard Bash
Yeah.
15 or 16.
Oh, motherfucker, dude. I told them, I was like, if they can't put on a better show than that, cancel that fucking class and keep their money.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like nobody could get their shit together.
Well, like last year, we saw Clinton Bozarth and his guy last year.
Bagging.
Yeah. Well, this year you're looking at Brandon Palmer and Turner,
Right.
and then you're seeing Harry Hatton and his guy, and then you're seeing, Nathan Brown and Chris Funk. So there's some guys that are getting together to do this shit. And I promise you, every one of those 6 guys that I just said can drive.
They can, but that's not why I watched that class. I want to see somebody pissed off holding a steering wheel because their buddy is fucking wide open. You know what I'm saying? Like
There was a couple of those shots.
fuck yes, there was, because as soon as the flag dropped, I was like, motherfucker, they've all put throttle stops in. Because
Hand throttles.
Oh, dude, it looked like fucking Power Wheels out there for the first 8 minutes of that show.
Yep.
With the exception of like 2 dudes in the middle of it just they were pinballing shit.
Yep.
And then I watched it, right off the rip. There was 2 of them that got it on in the middle of the track. One of them was like, "Oh fuck, my shit's bent," and he drove off. Mm-hmm. I was like, "What?"
He came to the fight and didn't want to stay in the fight.
Yeah, he's like, "All right, no, I was just joking."
I'm good.
I'm going to go hang out in the back
I was
corner.
just fucking kidding.
We had Derek Brock and Tristan Perry for the win.
But it did finally turn up.
It did. Once it got down to roughly 8 or 10.
But fuck me. Yeah. The time, I'm glad that I watched it Sunday.
Floyd Gines and Megan Davenport run second.
Easy for you to say.
Nathan Brown and Chris Funk run third. The MWFA class. That was a full field of vans.
Dude, there was...
With a couple little trucks.
There was almost too many out there, in my opinion. I don't know what you all are thinking on that. Everybody's going to be like, he just fucking hated the show. I didn't really hate it. It just wasn't fast enough to keep
correct.
Pictures.
Did they have a Mad Dog in that class?
Hopefully they gave it to somebody else.
Well, if they did, the Malibu or whatever it was that hit the berm or the center block, he won.
He did it right off the
He got it on himself. I'll give him props for that. I thought he was knocked out, and then we looked around, and there he goes back to the other end. I was like, Jesus Christ.
I seen a bunch of comments. They were like, is there a fucking class out there? There's windshields in these cars. I'm like, MWFA, man.
Yep.
Like
Isaiah Winkler pulled out the third. Terry Lang pulled out the second. Blake Huntsman with your win.
Fucking minivans, dude.
It's a class I've always wanted to try. Never ran that class.
You don't need to be in
MWFA.
If you do that...
Well, you're going to take a van.
No. Hell no. Tahoe. I want him in a fucking Tahoe.
That would be pretty cool. Tahoe or like a Suburban.
Stevens his pick would probably be a Durango.
100%. Dude, after I watched that one, other than it trying to dump...
Yes.
But, dude, it was fucking up, like, everything.
Yes. That's the Wicked Warzone. The Wicked Team Show will be March 21st and 22nd. If you cannot make that show,
Where's it going to be at?
Sturgis, Kentucky, Union County Fairgrounds.
How can you watch it?
DerbyNation.tv.
Oh, which, I don't know if anybody else noticed it. I didn't have any trouble watching that this time.
Nope.
Did you?
Nope.
Did you have any skips?
Nope.
Did it blur out on you?
Nope.
Mine never pixelated, never locked up, never did nothing. So
Didn't freeze, but it slowed down just a few times, but then went right back to it. It was, you didn't really miss nothing.
Yeah.
Did you see that big hard-nosed Derby podcast symbol right?
I did. What do you think about that?
See, boys, we told y'all we're gonna see our big ass faces on TV.
It's surreal. Seriously. Whenever you finally see that, because that would be like a normal person making a fucking TV commercial.
Correct.
So that's pretty cool. If you don't know, now you know.
Yep. Yeah. We got with Mark and kind of partnered up a little bit for this year.
Yeah.
That's why you hear a DerbyNation.tv commercial on every episode.
And that's why you get to hear us talk about, which we were kind of talking about it.
Yeah, I've been talking for about 2 years. But it's one of those tools. And Mark knows as much as we watch.
And I am gonna go ahead and weigh in on this a little bit, because we've had some questions about people wanting to start podcasts in the Derby community. And, we had one of our sponsors call and was like, hey, there's these people wanting us to be a part of this. Is it going to bother you all? Absolutely not. Dude, anything we can do to help get the word about this sport out, that's what we're here for.
What did we say last week when we were talking to Robbie? Throwdown TV can't be at every show. Derby Nation can't be at every show. Track Shot can't be at every show.
We can't cover every show.
We can't cover every show.
We try.
So,
lighten the load.
Correct.
My big deal with it is, and I've tried to stress this to the people that have approached me about it, is communication between everybody that's doing it. Don't cover the same shit. People will get sick of that.
Yep.
Like if somebody is just like, if they start one wherever, if they started another one in Missouri and they were like, hey, we're going to cover Bowling Green. Okay. It's fine.
Give us that heads up.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah.
So we don't have 42 people at Bowling Green.
Right.
When we can be in Utah.
Or whatever. Just like, that is the only thing that I ask of anybody that I have ever helped out, is just a little bit of communication, because there is plenty of playground for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And most of them that I've talked to are more wanting to generalize in their local area. And I told them, I was like, let us know again because I don't want to step on your toes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're covering Utah, let us know what shows you're covering so we're not stepping on your dick.
And I hope that is, you know, most of these guys who are reaching out, they're listeners.
Yeah.
You know, and so when everybody kind of knows where we go in Utah.
Right.
I think there's probably some professional duality of, hey, I know they're going.
Yeah.
So let's hit the UTC.
Yes.
Let's hit the how do you
Hurricane.
pronounce that? Tuella.
Yeah.
You know, there's like Kenyon Stapley. We talked. I mean, there's a shitload of shows in that month and a half.
We missed.
Correct. I mean, we catch the updates and stuff
Yeah.
and the highlights of it. You know, from Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you got Jared Johnson and Jackson Johnson and Tyson Shelley and everybody on your Snapchat and Chance, you're going to get a lot of that stuff.
Oh yeah.
So,
but just know that we're not out here cutting anybody's throat.
Correct.
And if you need anything, let us know because the more exposure for this sport, the better off it is.
mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk to you all whether you want to or not.
Yeah, on shows that we want to go to. Sorry. Ha So, let's enough rambling.
Yeah. Jump on him.
You know what this fool told me the other night? I didn't even know it. You know the first show he ever ran?
What's that?
Capital Carnage.
Oh.
First derby ever.
So
Minivan.
you want to talk about dudes who just jump off the fucking deep end to just start it? And that's why he's here. Because this man has signed up for Capital City Carnage.
Funny little story on that. The first big car show that I ever took my actual own car to was Topeka.
Yep.
It's a hell of a way to start. I remember the way I got knocked out of that derby, actually. I saw Peter Griffin coming, and next thing you know, I don't have a hood. He knocked the motherfucker right off.
He cleared everything.
Oh, yeah. I had the smallest van out there. I think it was like a 95 Honda Odyssey 4-cylinder. I wanted to keep it as like a gravel road machine. Like, no, we're taking it. I was like, all right.
So what's got you to do this crazy shit?
I was big in sports in high school and got to college, and my brother's big into pulling tractors and pulling trucks, and I was like, well, I got to get into something. I can't just, do nothing. And had some buddies that did some figure eight racing, got in that, went in the deep end with that in. I was like, well, I want to hit somebody. They get mad when you hit them in the figure eight race. So signed up for Topeka in the vans class when they added it, like last second. I think it was in December. We had a couple months to build it and went out there. Me and Kyle Wardenhausen, his first time actually, he ran a van too. It was out there. And we kind of just fell in love with it and said goodbye to the figure eights and hello to anything we can get our hands on in Derby and Missouri.
We always ask a compact guy, when are you ready to move up to big cars?
I was getting ready to.
So the other day I kind of asked him, he said, well, I've got this old car at, my grandma's. I'm not real sure what it is or what age it is. So he said, what'd you do it? You not a gravel rotor.
Oh, no, I just go jump terraces with it.
Jump terraces with it. Dude, it's like a 74 fucking boat tail Rivy.
Shock's blown out.
I was like, hold on, bro.
Some cash money.
I said, you got something.
Quit doing that. That's like 3 luminous.
That's exactly what I told him.
I didn't know. I just know it started when you put a battery on it outside my aunt's house.
Fuck me.
He's like, man, is that aluminum materials? Yeah, that's like 3 fucking aluminum materials.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Those are fucking $1,800, $2,000 for a rusty one.
Yeah. I'd like to do
if it's as clean as what you're saying and runnable, I mean, that's a $3,500 car.
Looks like I got something to hold on to. For a little bit.
Not if I figure out the address.
No, it's the middle of nowhere.
I'll just start dropping luminous off. You tell me when I've got enough to pick up the rib.
Tell me when to stop.
Yeah.
I was telling Derek, I was like, yeah, I want to do a hobo show once, just a big.
Oh, see, that's something I can get behind. I'd almost sponsor the motor, tranny, and rear end if you wanted to do that. If you will put that bitch in a hobo class, I will help you build the motherfucker, and you can run my setup.
Well, he told me I got a problem going in reverse. He told me I can't party with the front end, so not
Yeah,
off the
because
rip.
we were talking about that the other night, and he was like, man, I really want to run a hobo show. I was like,
No, run it. No, I'm here for it.
I was like, you kind of got to.
You get the Cajun
turn
shit in
around.
it, bring it up here. We'll put the motor, transmission, rear end in it here.
I don't know.
Do it.
I feel like it's
it.
kind of like when they got me in a derby, and I was like, I don't want to spend too much money. Yeah,
There is no such thing
Yeah.
as too much
This
money.
won't be bad. I'm telling you, just knock the windows and shit out of it. Put a cage in it.
I was running the MFWA class. That'll be perfect.
Yes, fuck. That would even be better.
I don't know.
Oh, God.
Oh my god! I can see it would break the fucking internet.
Can you imagine the butt hurtness of old Iron GM dudes watching one?
The boat tail rivvy just fucked up at the end of it, like a fucking Durango crawling up on the trunk of it.
Oh,
You might have to get a police escort out of it.
It wouldn't be the first time I had that. I might drive the motherfucker to the derby.
Oh my god, that would even be better. Hey,
he
take
did
my
it last
planks off
summer.
of it.
He did it last summer.
I did. You know, that was probably my favorite show last summer.
He just rolls into California, just drives that bitch right down the road, pulls it into the pits. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I had to put a clutch in this fucker." I was like,
Had to make
"Where
sure
your
it worked."
teammates putting a motor in it. He said, "Yeah, that's why I drove it."
Yeah, I texted him that morning. I was like, "Hey, man, I'm not gonna lie. Like, clutch is out of my car. Like, I got one, but we're putting it in. I just don't know when we get there." Cody's like, "All right, just let me know." I'm like, about noon rolls around, and we're about halfway there. And Cody's like, "Well, I'm heading to the track." I said, "All right." He texted me an hour later. Motor blew up. I said, "Well, fuck. Why couldn't this happen this morning? We would have watched the derby." He's like, "We're swapping it." And I was like, "Well, I'm on the way." Luckily, our shop in California is a mile from the track. Fuck, we put the hood on it through second gear and the little 5-speed cord, and out to the derby we went. Too bad it didn't end up being a team show. Would have been a lot better, but
It did not.
happens.
There was some butt hurtness over that too. We're not gonna.
Misrepresentation.
That'll happen.
I can tell you this is, if that was a team show, just think about what it would have been.
Oh,
What it already was compared to what it would have been.
Which it's bad when it. I was there videoing, and it's bad when I'm gonna put them on blast right now. Steven, actually, we were talking after the video had already uploaded, and he said, "Dude," he said, "I'm not gonna lie." He said, "I watched both those features
I did.
in a gut and go hobo class, which is something he's at the beer garden with."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Dude, that was the most fucking craziest shit I've ever seen."
Wild. I mean, there was balls out.
Well, yeah.
On the fucking flag drop.
I mean, the two heats, I'm just thinking about the teams that were in it. You got Jacob and Joshua Wood. I mean, they bring the OMM aspect, and, they're Jacob, he's kind of the laid back one of the two, and
And then Joshua took his to the big car
Yeah,
class.
he took his to the big car class, and Jacob comes out and just waxes
full
tit.
send.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
And Kurt.
But I've told you this, like, I do love giving the compact guys shit, but I'm there to watch a show. Like, that's why I'm there for action.
Mm-hmm.
And why I got so down on compacts and shit is, A, they're annoying. I'll never get over that. But it was the lack of, like, their openers were great.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the finish. Like,
Yeah.
it's like watching porn without a cum shot.
It's like getting a phone call during a porno.
Watching porno.
And you had to put it on mute because you were afraid your parents would hear it. Yes.
That just connected my truck. Kids are yelling at you because it came to the Bluetooth speaker. Some of our sponsors aren't going to like that. I haven't even been drinking. I drink one gay man Jack. Sorry. Okay, let's talk.
So far, it's been Black and Gold, Walgreens Pharmacy.
Stop. Hold on.
Got a headache.
Okay, so
Back on track.
How'd you come up with a number for your car?
Actually, Well, I had 22P for the longest time. That was my figure 8 number, and I was like, yeah, this is kind of stupid. I don't want this number anymore. And my older brother, was actually going to get in a derby. And he's like, what about 1X? Because I'm just going to do it one time. And I was like, well, fuck, that's actually a pretty good number.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like it. So he pussied out. He went and pulled his truck that night, actually. We built a car for him, and he wandered off to the truck and tractor pull, and there's a derby on the other side. And I said, well, fuck, I guess I'm going to run it. I ran it ever since, put the little Pimp City underneath it, and there it's been. It's here to stay, and hopefully it's going to be here for a long time.
Well, we're just going to go in as everybody kind of knows, especially in the world of demolition derby. Most guys have what I would call a team. All your stuff's usually got BAS on it.
Oh, yeah.
Broke as shit. How did that come together with you and the rest of the guys?
I mean, I was one of the late additions. I was figure 8 racing, and Wesley Jordan and Landon Worthy, they were doing it as well. I bought a car off Wesley, and they're like, well, you just want to stick around? And I was like, well, hell yeah. I mean, they were just getting into the compacts. I joined it over there with them. Wesley, he kind of left for a little bit. He got a job, started running with Tobin a little bit. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're still good friends with him. We ran Bash with him and everything. And Landon and I, we kind of just stuck around with the BAS ever since then. And, most of our friends call it best at sandbagging, but that's clearly for Landon because I cannot do it. I get bored. I get too excited. I see a wheel shot and I'm cross-track.
Every show I've ever watched you run, I don't think you get bored because...
Where the fuck do you have time to get bored?
I was going to say.
Well, I got bored.
All right, let's talk about Higby.
Well, that's because of different reasons that we will not state. But I was trying to prove a point there. And
I'm just saying, when the fuck do you have time to get bored?
As the green flag is starting to drop.
Well, I got to stop. I got to stop pulling out first or last. Oh, I get bored in the staging line. I'm like, come on, hurry this fuck up. I got to piss.
Maybe you don't need to be in a big car.
I'll probably hurt too many feelings.
You can't do that shit in a big car. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, I actually got a buddy over in Illinois.
That's not good.
Yeah, he does big cars. He's like, you want to ride with me? I was like, no, because I'll probably end up wanting to be in the driver's seat. And he's like, come on, man. Like, you got to ride. I'm like, you let me drive it. You can ride in it. You just build it for me. Oh, no, fuck you. I was like, well, you can run a compact. Nah, I won't do it. I'm like, so I'm going to try it. I'm going to find a car that I really want to run that's not.
Well, you bring a van, and you can drive that caddy of mine. I'll drive your van.
I got a plan for Palomar. You gave me the plan of the century. I'm showing up in the Sedagan van. And if I have to cut, I'm kicking you in the dick, and you're the one on the torch.
Well, I can tell you right now, you're not going to be the only one. I got 4 fucking Snapchats. So wait until Palmyra. Sedagan van's coming. I was like, oh my.
If they don't hit me, I won't hit them.
I got 3 of them. So
I know what those 3 you're talking about.
I told Derek I'd put a passenger seat in for you, and they said I had a better chance of, winning.
I guarantee you got a better chance of talking Derek into getting in the passenger seat of that than you do me.
No, shit, you don't.
I got a 90s Accord that my buddy built for a youth car that he doesn't want to run anymore. I'm like, I really just want to see Derek get in it. I mean, it runs and drives. It's got a good cage on it, square tube and bumper. But he won't do it. Talked to him about it Saturday night. Nope, can't do it.
If you could see, if there was video going, I'm shaking my head a lot.
And
I'm not getting in a little car.
Why not?
No.
It's fun.
It's really not that fun. I've drove.
I'm getting smaller, which I have a little bit more room in there, I guess, now. But that doesn't mean that I have any inclination of wanting to fucking die. Go to a show and look across, and like Clayton is a homie of mine, but I promise you he would clear my shit off just for spite.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's psycho. Okay. He always says he's going to come down to a Lucky 7 show, and he's like, oh, I'm going to come run this Eldon show. I'll show up. I'm like, oh, fuck, where's he at? He hasn't shown up yet, but I'm like, I'm just waiting for the down.
It's all right. He pull in late and then have to cut.
All right. So what's plans for 25?
Well,
Carnage.
Yeah, well, I'm doing something a little different at Carnage. I'm actually going to run the mod class, compact side of it. Going to take the step up. Cody Bedsworth was, kind enough to let me run his car up there. So Tommy and I are going to go up there and hopefully bring home a check. But from the sounds of it and the looks of the driver's list, it's going to be hard to do. But we're excited.
We talked about that. Cody, was it last summer or the summer before? He was like a compact whore.
Oh, yeah.
To the point of somebody else was in his shit.
Yeah.
Like all summer long.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that just tells you what kind of guy he is.
Oh, yeah.
He's
dumb.
Yeah. He'll give the shirt off his back. And, I mean, I can't think
I
of
was looking
enough.
for a truck to go to Bristol, and he's like, hey, come grab mine. I was like,
And my trailer.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I'm very blessed to, call them guys friends. And it's just one big family down there, it seems like, which sucks during, fair season because all we do is just beat the shit out of each other. And
Well, that's what me and you were talking about on Saturday was we think there's so many mutual friends and buddies, and we've talked about it.
Social media, dude.
That's why a lot of these guys aren't going to those fair shows because they're tired of beating the fuck out of their homies.
Oh, yeah, I mean.
That's why I loved our shows because we had such a diverse crowd showing up. As far as cars, drivers, I can honestly say, and I guarantee you Derek can vouch for this, you didn't know who the fuck was going to be at our shows. I mean, you knew that there are normal guys that showed up, but the stragglers, dude, there was between 15 and 20 different drivers, no consistency whatsoever that would show up, and it was competition. Like
it wasn't no throwaway dudes.
Right.
It was legit dudes with legit builds that could drive.
Tyler Ray showed up. We had, dudes from over by Pleasant Hill, Missouri show up over this way. Kansas. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah, you roll in, there's Caleb Myers. You're like, what the fuck?
Mullet man.
I was like, hold on. You're a long ways from the house, bro.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you got a Thunderbird that shows up bouncing off the limiter all night.
with the smallest front tires I've ever seen on a big car.
But he sent that bitch to the moon.
He did. Yeah, he fucking sent it.
That's why I like running those shows. Like I love running Lucky 7 stuff. But
that's because those dudes they're good. I mean, they're good dudes.
Mm-hmm.
They're informative about when their shows are going to be.
Oh, yeah.
They're legit promoters whenever it comes to that shit.
With a legit tech.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, I've seen Lucky 7s in any class. I mean, it could be their best friend. It could be their worst enemy. It's the same tech.
I watched Tommy Stark made Rob Hewer, Trey Hammond, Stephen Hayhurst. I watched him. He made every one of them cut.
Yeah.
Even if it was questionable. It was like, no. Go take that off, please. Cool. But those guys give respect, so they get the respect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it works.
But that's why I like running them shows up north is because I can just go full retard across the track and not have to worry about pissing a buddy off Monday through Friday. And I got to worry about seeing them during the week.
All right, so after Carnage, what's up?
Landon and I are going to Border Wars for Team Missouri. We got in it and we're pretty excited for that. I think we got a good group of guys going up there. Hopefully we can bring home a check for Missouri and some hardware.
That was brought up in 2024, which we did talk about, after that show, because a lot of guys were asking Rob, hey, why can't you do a Border Wars style with compacts?
Well, yeah, that way everybody's got time to go get a beer or eat something. And it gives the big car guys just a little bit longer to work on their car.
You're such a dick.
Damn.
So,
we're already done.
So guys were actually reaching out to me, and they was like, hey, you went up there. What do you think? And I said, well, if you want, I'll send a text. So I sent Rob a text, and me and Rob talked. He was like, the problem is that these guys are wanting these heavy Blizzard Bash. He's like, that shit isn't up here. He's like, I'm not saying they're not few and far between. He's like, but this is kind of
shit to the north of them. They've got it.
Yep.
I mean, you go like Michigan,
Minnesota,
Wisconsin, shit like that up in there.
Yep.
Like those guys have the heavy build shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know that there's a few of those guys that come out of Nebraska.
Yeah. You know,
It's an interesting build. I'll give them that. I wish we could have had some solid motor mounts in there. You know, I think it's gonna be hard with having all factory motor mounts running the cars that we're gonna run, but you know, it happens. You know, we're gonna live through it. But I think it's gonna be a good time. I think there's gonna be a lot of junk made for sure, and I think it's gonna be a party. I think the compacts are gonna make the show too, but that's every show.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
oh shit, he just went there.
Yeah, like he knows.
That's why he said it. Here's that jab.
Yeah, because, well, like, I mean, how many guys have you ever heard? Oh man, I can't wait to rent this Derby this weekend to watch the compact.
Everyone.
He's just saying nobody actually admits it.
No, they don't, because it's not true.
Shit.
Like, you don't have to admit something that's not true.
Now, I'm not going to lie. There has been some shows that I've watched in the last couple of years that kind of did make... I'm not saying a lot.
You kept watching it?
Yes.
Oh, fuck that.
You know me, fool, and a lot of these guys...
There's a power button.
No, I mean go when I'm there.
Oh, yeah, I'll just leave.
I mean, I've seen some Austin shows where there's 25 of them fuckers out there, and it is a show from start to finish. It depends on who's there in the hobo big cars.
I'm good with
You
it as
know?
long as I've got, like, an Ultra that's about half full or something.
Well, holding it on the chip.
We'll
As
just go
you're
down to
out.
that Wicked show next year. We'll do the 2-man compacts.
I get to run the gas.
That's fine. I'll take the steering wheel. I wish I would have known about that class. I would have went down there. I probably would have took.
I do, before I sell all my shit, I want to run a duo class one time. Mm-hmm. Just to say I did it. But I want it to be where everybody gets to see what happens. Because I refuse to get in one and hold the steering wheel. Absolutely not.
Really?
Well, I can give you a
absolutely
fake
not.
steering wheel just
No,
without the
I
steering.
want the pedals under me. Because I don't give a fuck what direction we're going. We're just going that way fast.
Oh,
2026 Team
we're getting
Hard Nosed
kicked-
Derby
We're getting
podcast.
kicked the fuck out some places because Steven's just going to hold that bitch to the floor.
Uh-huh.
And if I'm the one steering it, I'm going to take an unlucky hop and just blast somebody in the fucking driver's door going for a wheel shot.
Now,
then we're fighting.
Whoever's got the steering wheel, do they run the shifter? Or how does that...
When it started, the passenger had the shifter too. But now I see a lot of guys switching off.
I got you.
So, I mean,
Because
if
I
it was
don't
that
want the
worst
shifter
case, you can
either.
just grab fucking reverse.
I don't want the shifter either.
You're going to Will Steinbeck that shit.
We really don't...
That's what you're going to do.
We really don't need a brake pedal.
You hook them things up?
So what we need to do, guys, is one of you guys who's got it in with some promoters that run these duo classes and have mentioned us coming to your shows. Well,
Just let us have the car.
yeah, just
give it back.
Just build it. Just build it.
We'll NASCAR
and we
that
will
shit.
come.
I won't come, but I'll breathe hard.
Oh shit. Okay, let's get back on track. Man, we're getting off kilter here. So, BAS, that is your team. With those group of guys, how do you guys coexist? Because really, if I'm watching your shows, there's so much diversity. You just talked about Landon. You know, Landon is more calm, cool, collected. They call him a bagger, but I watched Landon too. He's very calculating.
Oh, yeah.
You are one into the other. Fuck brakes, all that stuff. And, you know, then I've seen Wordenhausen boys.
I mean, you look at the two brothers, they're polar opposites.
Correct.
You got Kyle. He's just like Landon. He'll bag it down to the finish, or you'll see him mad dog it off the rip. I mean, he's got, you know, I tell him all the time he's got two personalities, and I don't know which one's going to show up to the Derby.
One's Jekyll and one's Hyde. You're just not sure which one is going to show up that night.
And then you got Derek. He's the cracked out version of me. He doesn't
Correct.
care. He's going to full track you, and he's going to let you know he's there. Because, I mean, if you saw him at Blizzard Bash we put kamikaze on his bumper for a reason. And I mean, he put that car on the wall in 30 seconds, and I didn't see it move after that.
And then did a backflip afterwards.
Yeah, they can both do backflips. We'll put it on the record. Kyle can do a backflip. I just think he's too scared to do it off the car right now. But yeah, I mean, if you think about our team, it's really Landon and I, and then you've got the Full Send Mafia brothers, Brandon, Kyle, and Derek. They also build out the shop, and we basically just one big family that just run their own name. But when it comes down to it, when they go to Bash, I personally don't run on the Blizzard Bash team, but we're right there helping them. It's Landon, Kyle, and then this year is Derek and Tommy. Who knows what it's going to be next year? I don't know. It could be the same team. It could be something different. I don't know, but we do know what kind of drivers are going to show up. You got Landon, who's gonna he's gonna do Landon things. He's there to cash a check.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of us, it depends on the night. I mean, I'm not there to cash a check. I'm there to, they're going to know when a BAS car shows up, it's either going to be junked by the end of the Derby, or it's going to be ran 6 other times by Landon.
So,
What were y'all talking about?
Rick. You buying aluminum over there?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
You better buy 2 or 3 of them if you want.
I told you I'm just gonna start dropping them off at his house. Tell me when to quit.
I just hope my grandma lets me run it. I don't even think she knows we drive it out in the field, if I'm being honest.
You just tell her somebody stole it.
It's gone.
Tell her you really want a resto project.
Yeah.
And then we've got a tail from the trailer.
Yeah.
I stole this from my grandma.
Title in hand. So, Steven asked you about your 25. You're starting it with Carnage. I know we had kind of talked, maybe you were hoping Spring X was going to be in that realm. You guys didn't actually get signed up quick enough.
No, we unfortunately did not. I mean, Landon and them, I think, want to slow down a little bit and focus on bash cars this year with, $40,000 to win, which I get it. I mean, 100%, if I was running for $40,000, I'd want to, cut back on some of the national shows and just focus on that one, which is fine. But I'm going to kind of go off and run a couple shows myself. I'd like to, if Blizzard Bash brings back the Hobo class, I'll definitely sign up for that if they have it. But I'd like to run another, big national show before the end of the year.
Well, that's, you've got, Pecatonica. You had every intention of going in 24. Shit didn't work out with work and everything like that, but got Rapid City, South Dakota, dude. I know it's a haul. It'd be 13 hours for you, but
I think it'd be worth it. My dream derby to go run, I'd love to go run Dead Man. Just something about Dead Man. It seems like every time I open up YouTube, I'm watching a Dead Man, in a compact class.
Fucking same. Like, not the compacts, but yes.
He asked me Saturday, he's like, man, when's Dead Man? I said the weekend before Halloween. Where is it? I said Dunbar, Pennsylvania. So instantly Google comes up. He's like, God damn, that's a long drive.
Yeah, it's a fucking haul.
It's 10 hours.
And I want them to be like, hey, Steven, we want you here. But I keep saying Dead Man. Hey, Dead Man, still want to go do that. And nobody's like, nah, I'll just sit over here and fuck myself.
Yeah. I mean, that derby is just full tilt. I mean, I feel like all those drivers from the East Coast, they drive just like me.
The atmosphere at that show, you can almost feel it through the fucking TV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You
I
can.
mean, the paint schemes are badass, which Halloween's my favorite holiday.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, the stuff that they do, the classes and shit, like, it works. Like, that show works.
It does. TJ, he knows what's up.
Yeah, like, finger, pulse.
Yeah.
They got it.
Like, what was it, a couple years ago, they were jumping cars into, like, a van. Dudes were doing it in reverse.
Yeah.
Forward.
Like, the shit was cool. Like, I know that's, Robbie, I'm sorry, that's a filler. But, like, that shit's cool. Like, I don't know. It looks like fun to me.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah.
Shit, I was like, I can drive a car into the van and then go derby it? Hell yeah, brother.
Jump into it? Hell yeah.
Let's not to cut off talking to him. Let's jump into some of this other stuff we need to cover before we get lost in this. Demo 2.
Yep. Lima, Ohio.
Yep.
Allen County Fairgrounds.
Yep. And we've been there.
Yes.
The fucking facility is phenomenal.
Got all the parking.
Dude, all the parking, the pits are badass. The seating is ridiculous.
Yes. Yes.
There's not a bad seat at that place. I don't know about you, but I've never been anywhere where bleachers are set up like that. Because they're already elevated from where the track's at.
Yes. Yes.
So
Like
you get up to the top of them, and like you can see everything.
like 6 fucking miles
Yeah.
is what you can see. So what they did here, this is, you just said it, this is demo 2. This is a little bit different.
Which it's still the king.
It's to be the best, you got to beat the best. It is still called the King. One-shot deals. They've got a pro full-size trucks, elite light compacts / minivans, MWFA class. They got a 2-man elite front-wheel drive team. They've got a futures class. That's kind of your youth, maybe the mid youth there. You've got old school wire. You've got elite light full
that's
size.
the old Tory Derby
Yes.
Icons class,
Yes.
which was one of my favorite classes at the King last year.
And then they have the combat division. Combat division is $50K to win, 10 for second, 5 for third, 2,500 for fourth, 1,500 for fifth. This is what I would say, people keeping their fingers on a pulse sometimes, because we've talked for several months and different drivers that big cars are sitting in the weeds because they don't have no place to bring them. So they have came up with a solution to that issue. They're going to allow pre-runs in that class. If you've built to South Dakota, they point you in the direction for rules of what you need to do to accommodate to their build. Same way with Blizzard Bash. So they're allowing you to bring those cars out, get them done, get them junked, finally get your shit out of it, whatever you need to do, and you're going to do it for $50,000, which is cool as shit. The payouts are stupid as normal. The elite full size is $20K to win. The old school wire full size is $10K to win. The futures is $2,500. The pro full size trucks is $2,500. The elite light compacts is $2,500. The MWFA class is $1,000, and then the 2-man front wheel drive is $10,000 to win.
Is that one and done, or is that what you say?
Now
The which one?
The 2-man.
the 2-man,
No,
that will be
It's
kinda,
heat.
It's heats.
Yes. So like in last year, the King class, well, all of them, you draw right in front of God and everybody. You pull a number. If you're one, he's one, and I'm one.
Get your ass in the cars and go.
Get in the car. We're going to color tape you. So
You're running on half the track. Three teams are running over here. 3 are over here.
Now, do you get your partner no matter what, or is
Yeah.
it okay? So it's you and your partner versus.
Dude, I'm
Versus
but you
them
get the
two.
whole track.
People want that. What he just said. People want to see this, and I would love to be a part of it if it ever happens.
Oh
A
yeah,
blind draw for your teammate.
They have that on the East Coast.
I know.
I think
did
Sickles
that-
ran that, didn't
They
he?
Yeah.
did that at Dead. It was a Frankie show.
I swear to God, if you say dead man, I'm smacking you.
I don't think it was Dead Man. I think it was a Frankie Guy show. Frankie does that stuff. He's got X amount of team captains, and you roll in and you sign it, and you draw your teammate.
You know how much fun that would be?
I want to see it at a local show here.
Well,
You
I
can
would-
see some stupid shit.
Well, I would love to get in and be a teammate with somebody I didn't like.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
That could happen.
Be like, all right, motherfucker, we've got to do this.
We're doing it
We can get out and fight afterwards.
as soon as we're done. As soon as we're done.
Who's punching who in the face for the big check?
But yeah, I mean,
Because, $20K, If that was a 20K, that might solve, or
That might fix some issues, is what you're saying on the personal side.
yeah. Got to see a little charter.
Little charter mix up.
Yeah,
Yep.
Caddy Nation.
They left the pro light side
Yep.
of that for demo. Everybody's got Facebook. Everybody sees. They know
And
what's
everybody,
going on.
It's always everybody always goes back to the money. As far as I know, everybody got paid.
Everyone got paid.
Yeah. I wouldn't know. I didn't get the cash check, so I didn't have to worry about paying me. But you've got and Octane. I seen they got rid of theirs too.
Yep, on the pro side.
It looked like it didn't take long for either one of them to
Get that charter taken care
Yep.
of to somebody else.
And it looked like everybody left on decent
Yes.
terms as far as Facebook was concerned.
Brian, that articulated son bitch.
You can talk.
He can. He's like a...
I know every time he talks to you, you're like, oh,
Just makes you feel good.
yeah.
He does.
Just
I
call
mean,
me a
just
piece of shit.
you
Thank
just
you.
talk to him. He's like, yeah, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm a dickhead. Cool. And you're just happy about it. But, so...
You're gonna have this though.
Correct. It's a
And
long fucking haul, bro.
oh, dude, and no, it's not getting no closer.
No.
Especially Caddy Nation and Octane. That's a fucking haul.
Yeah.
All of it.
Onwell, Iowa is a long ass ways from Bristol, Tennessee.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Getting a little closer to King. But still not
Not
close.
a whole lot.
That's because we talk. We talked about me running demo too, and I'm like, dude, I don't know if I've got. It'd take me 10 hours to get there. With truck and trailer.
Took us 8 not fucking around.
No, that was me making sandwiches going down the road.
Stopping to piss, and that is it.
Fuel, piss and
Yes.
fuel.
Yep.
But don't get those two mixed up.
That's why we rest stopped it for the pisser. But, you guys brought that shit up. East Coast, man, it would be awesome. They always say East Coast is 3 to 5 years behind on the builds. I don't think they're 3 to 5 years behind in anywhere like that. Well,
Easy.
yeah,
Easy.
because I think we were talking Utah is 3 to 5 years,
Yeah.
and then there's us, and I think East Coast might be 3 to 5 years ahead of us. But I don't think that.
Not anymore.
I think on their formats and stuff out east, those are game changers.
They are, but we've seen some pretty game-changing shit come from here and also Utah. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, who the fuck would ever come up with a format? Hey, we've got 12 team captains. Sign up and draw your name right when you come through the door, and that's going to be your teammate.
Uh-huh.
We tried a Royal Rumble,
Yeah.
which really started in Dunbar, Pennsylvania.
Right.
And our guys was like, Fuck
Fuck you.
Well, okay. Well, there's too much left to chance.
Right.
That's that's what they said. Now, the shit works out there. They can run it every year, and they fill it every year.
And see, I like to roll the dice.
Just put me out there first. Started with a bang.
Seth would say, I'm drawing one, bitches. JM Race Engines is a new business in north central Missouri that have you covered from top to bottom for all your engine needs. Purpose-built engines with the correct amount of clearance will get you to the end of any show, whether it's your local shows or on the national level, where you can't be let down by your equipment. With top-level professional machine work to all engines, Your choice of build is totally up to you. JM Race Engines will give you the confidence to push your equipment to the max while giving you your preferred horsepower to boot. From LS builds all the way to your exotic level small blocks that your imagination can only dream of, they have you covered.
But it doesn't stop there. They are also a speed shop that carries a variety of heads, carburetors, intakes, plug wires, helmets, and other safety equipment, and the best VP fuel on the market today to take you to the top. So if you're wanting mild build to wild build, let JM Race Engines help take you there.
We got tales from the trailers.
Pull it up. Pull up.
Pull up. So, got a listener that listens every week, Mr. James Fisher. He sent one over. He said this long-winded tale from the trailer doesn't exactly apply to Derby in general, but just picking up junk. So a buddy conned me into helping drag a 440 Power Wagon out of the bottom of a field by a creek in the middle of winter. This truck sat there as long as I could remember, so not only was it buried in 15 inches of snow, the wheels had sunk to the axles. As ambitious as we were, spent an entire day scoping the truck, planning a build, and acquiring tires and wheels, and so on to finally dig it free and drag it out of this field. In the process, he managed to lose third and fourth in his driver pulling me out when we got to the highway. And decided we was done screwing around. We just tow strap it for 3 miles down the road to his place rather than trying to load it. So we proceeded not even a half mile down the road, steering this piece of shit, keep feeling something hit the back of my legs from under the seat to finally look down and see a fully grown fat possum staring back up at my dumb ass. I not had to worry about leaving him to chill until we get where we were going. We're like a corner away from his place, going maybe 35 at this point, and started the corner and absolutely fucking nothing happens when I attempted to turn the corner with him. The rag joint had completely blown apart. I go full send, no steering, and barely any brakes, straight off the corner, which yanks his truck nearly off at the same point, and instead of just stopping, he decides to power through it and yanks me back on the highway before stopping, and lo and behold, I rammed this thing right up his ass. At this point, both trucks are messed up, so it was basically chained bumper to bumper to go at least 100 foot to his house. When we got there, I had completely forgotten about my buddy, the possum, and when the not-so-proud owner of his beat-to-shit truck opened the door, this possum jumps out and scares Buddy, not knowing what it was, immediately slips on the ice, busts his head right off the ground, ended up needing stitches, a bad transmission, a rear bumper on the daily, and the entire reason he wanted the Power Wagon was for the rust-free front clip, which had taken all the impact and was beyond usable at that point. Oh, so, now you're talking possums, buried, fucking up your daily, and the part that you went to go get. See? That's some of that good stuff.
It happens.
But tell me you wouldn't shit an entire brick. You look down and look at a possum between your legs looking up at you.
I'm trying to just envision.
I couldn't.
Oh.
I'm sitting here as I sit and I'm looking down. I was like, man, I would shit my pants if a possum was right here in this room. More or less on a truck I didn't know nothing about, never been in. You get it out and you think, oh, no big deal. And you look down and this sumbitch is trying to gnaw on the back of your legs.
He just wanted a friend.
He just wanted something.
Okay, we've got one more, but first, let's do our little birthday shout out. You wanna hammer on that right quick?
Evidently, we are, I guess, getting a little bit more popular.
Yeah.
I guess. First, we had a son reach out.
Yeah. Then the wife.
Yep.
So, Derek, you're loved.
Mr. Derek Temke, you are loved, sir, from your wife and your kid.
January 29th.
Happy birthday.
Yep.
Justin and Abby love you.
Yep. And we hear you are running at Spring X.
Yes. Van team show.
Yep. Holler at us, and we'll throw a sticker that way.
Oh, yeah. One for him and one for his teammate. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So look us up. We'll be there, I'm sure. If not, we'll have somebody there.
Kind of looking up, everything like that. I mean, going through his Facebook, it looks like he runs all the time.
Yeah.
Helps anybody out he can.
Yeah.
And
that's the type of people we like.
That's right.
We like to befriend in the Derby community.
Yep. And he spells his name the right way, too.
Derek Court would
I don't give a shit what Derek Court says. His name is spelt wrong. I'm older.
All right. We got another one.
Uno Moss?
Yep. You ready for it?
Ready.
Eric James. This is another one from him. Because we got one for him before, the $300 lien on the 92 Nissan.
Yes.
All right. So, 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Pristine 02 Town and Country Chrysler minivan popped up on Marketplace Tuesday, 2:30 p.m., 2 hours away. I left work early, called my son out of school early, grabbed the trailer, and headed up there. This van is West Virginia clean. Not a speck of rust, 340,000 miles. This gentleman told me they owned the van since 2,000 miles. They've driven it all over the country. 2 of their kids drove it till 18, and it's sentimental, but they have no use for it anymore and want it to go to someone good. I love this. I already see where this is going. I told this guy my grandma's disabled and needs a van to go to bingo and doctor's visits. And these are the easiest way. The old accessible minivan. Little does he know, by Saturday night, same week, the van has no interior left and headers through the hood. What makes it funny is he called me mid-2024 asking if he could buy the van back. The bullshit I pulled out of my ass and said, "You got the wrong number," and hung up.
That's almost as bad as my teammate Landon buying cars.
Might I keep in mind, my wife thought I was an asshole for buying this van. That's the cherry on top. You keep picking up cars because he's always good.
That's 2 in a row.
Oh, yeah.
That he's done that are good ones.
Oh, yeah.
That's Landon every time he buys something.
Well, let's hear Landon's story.
He went and picked up the van I junked at Higbee, actually. I had to give up a 1010 Cutlass Supreme because I junked that motherfucker that night. And he pulled the motor back out and had it built. So all I got stuck with was a junk minivan body. But he goes, they told me this story. He goes, him and Kyle go to Jeff City to pick up this car. He gets there and he looks it over and he's like, "Yeah, my nieces ran hard on times." Landon's oldest kid's like 20. I guess it's his sister. I don't even think he has a sister, if I'm being honest. He's an only child. So he ain't even got a fucking niece. My nieces ran hard on times. I need to get this thing cheap. I mean, he's giving them every, story in the book. I'll give you $250 for it. He's got a list of like $700. Loads it on the trailer. It's every time.
That's that bail bondsman shit there.
Yeah, but dude, I know so many respectable, upstanding guys that derby. until you get them trying to work a deal.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's your friend until they want to buy something.
Talk about a shady bitch.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's like flipping a switch.
Yeah, like lawyers and banker type of upkeep.
Yeah.
For a gentleman.
Until there's a fresh 73 on the line, you know.
Yeah, and then the Jew just rolls right out.
My grandma or my grandpa had one of these cars. I've been looking forever to find one. And I need parts for his because, the parking pin broke in. It rolled into a tree. And he's on his deathbed and wants to see his car rebuilt. 2 weeks later, it's got a ski shoved down in it. So much pressure, the fucking cross members bowed in half.
The firewall's already trying to fucking exit out the speaker deck.
Yeah.
Like, no.
And some old man is just thinking he did his due diligence so that your grandpa got to see his car running off his deathbed.
Well, I mean, they probably could have logged into derbynation.tv and seen it.
I guess that's one way to plug it. Oh, shit.
Well, Grandpa, you see it one more time, Bubba.
The Tales from the Trailer thing, man, we thought about that kind of on a whim, and it has taken off. I love it. Keep sending them because it makes my week.
Yeah.
That shit's funny. Oh, well, Derek, just think. Just a touch over a month. Guess what we're going to be doing?
We're going to be in Louisville, Kentucky, bitch.
Oh, yeah. And then right after that, I don't know yet if it works out, I might head to Madison, Wisconsin.
Madison, Wisconsin. Guys, we will get Sam on between now and then.
I've already talked to him. He said that one of the three will be available. Mm-hmm. I also was like, hey, man, if I decide to come up there, what's up?
Bitch, that's why you texted him. Shut up.
And he was like, you know. Mm-hmm. Like, you know.
It's one of them, when we get to work with cool-ass promoters like that, we don't even have to question it. They're like, get your ass up here. We got you.
No, and it was just like, I text Robbie about the hotel situation. He's like, dude, get down.
Just get here. Yeah. And that's what's cool. We got some guys working on stuff for July. We're just kind of waiting to get a little bit closer to try to get it in that cheaper flight window.
Yeah. I got some other stuff I got to tell you after this is over. Don't let me forget.
Okay. That's like every episode. Hey, I got to tell you some shit, and then we get jacking around and forget. So, let's get back to him.
All right.
This episode is brought to you by Broadhead Decals. From door wraps and roof signs, window stickers and banners, let Broadhead Decals take care of all your vinyl needs with only quality products used.
Justin's graphic design abilities will get you everything you could ever want. With super fast shipping, their turnaround time is second to none. So let Broadhead Decals take you to the next level. Triple B's Tees offer custom shirts and logo designs for all your apparel and merchandise needs, offering a variety of shirts, hats, hoodies, tumblers, and koozies. Triple B's will work with you one-on-one to personalize and perfect your logo. With over 5 years in the business, 20 years in the sport, they live for Demolition Derby.
Chunk and his crew can bring your imagination to realization with zero limitations. So for all your badass tees, choose Triple B's.
What's after Carnage?
Well, I got Border Wars.
Yep.
After Border Wars, probably run a couple county shows, and who knows? I'd like to run another, like I said, I'd like to run another big show between now and then. Just, if Blizzard Bash offers the front-wheel drive hobo, you'll probably see me in that class. Never seem to miss it, except for, I guess, at Carnage this year. But who knows?
He's got better luck than I do. I can't ever get into this shit.
Yeah.
Wrong class, fool.
Tommy, he didn't know he was running until like 2 weeks after I signed him up. He's like, you running Carnage? I said, yeah, I am, man. He goes, oh, yeah. I go, yeah, you are too. He's like, oh, bullshit. I sent him the receipt. I said, hey, you're signed up, man. I'm sorry. I said, if I'm going to go up there and get my ass kicked with people I don't know, you're going to come with me,
You're
buddy.
going to join, fool.
Did I send you that TikTok the other day where it said whenever you find out that you're finally signed up for the big show and you've got to leave in 3 days and you haven't pulled a car in yet?
Yep, and then you tell all your homies, and they're going, ah!
That's my plan with Landon. He just don't know that either. 2 days before the show, hey, I know this thing still runs. I watched you pull it on the trailer.
Okay, so one question. You've ran vans, you've run compacts, you've run gut and goes. What's your car preference? Because we know you like a Honda van. You like Hondas as well. But you've run W bodies.
Have. I mean, it's a toss-up. If we're talking about the most money I've won, which it ain't a lot. I mean, it might pay a month's rent once. It'd be a Camry. But I just like the way the Hondas run, especially the 5-speeds. I mean, I ran that one at Boone County that you guys sponsored Cody and I with, and
That's that 3-pedal life.
yeah, the bitch wouldn't die. I mean, the battery cable ground fell off. That's what took me out. I had the battery in my fucking lap, holding on to it, trying to hold it with my thigh, steering and trying to run the clutch and shift. I mean, just ran into some bad luck. But if I'd have to, if it's a stock gut and go out there, I'm probably going to take a Honda. I mean, I think they run forever. I mean, you can't.
Which that's got to make it a little easier on you finding them, right?
No.
Really?
Total fucking opposite. Because, people
I
are
guess
still daily in
I
them.
guess you've got all the Ricer that are, oh my God, my Honda with 400,000 miles on it is still worth $5,000.
Correct.
Well, luckily I was at work the other day and our pilot comes up. He's like, you still derby? I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I do, bud. What you got for me? He's like, I got this Honda Accord. It's got like 300,000 miles on it. I was like,
Perfect.
I was like, what year is it? He goes, 2000. I said, what do you want for it? Oh, about $300. I said, I'll come get it. He goes, well, I got to drive it to the end of the month when it runs out of tax. I said, just take it to my house. It'll be right there.
You realize he said his pilot.
He did say his pilot.
Or pilot.
I do.
We got homies. I don't know if we can get personal jet delivery or not, but that'd probably be way more expensive than plane tickets.
I am not getting in anything small. So if it's a private jet, it better be decent size.
It's pretty decent size.
I can tell you this: the Hard Nosed Derby podcast has been played at 25,000 feet.
I got that Snapchat the other day.
I said, hey, you ever seen this?
He's like, oh, they're playing it through the speakers. I was like, oh shit. So.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I like them all. It depends on the style of the build, just like anything else. I mean, if you're gonna get a heavier build, obviously you're gonna take a W body. I mean, you don't see
that seems to be the trend with any class. It really does depend on the build set for the car. Because we've talked to a lot of guys that are diehard old Iron GM guys.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you put them in a show that the rules cater more toward, a new style Ford or something of that nature. Like, everybody knows when their pride can't be put in front of the right build.
That's why you see, like, South Dakota in the Bone Stock team show. Sky High was all GM wagons.
Yes.
All of them for the rule.
Right.
What you get to do even on the Bone Stock side, so them guys are like, what's our best chance of winning this bitch? Well,
why do you think you've seen Steinbeck and all them guys?
And Camaros.
Oh, yeah. I mean, go back and look at, I'm biased. I've only ran little cars, but, go back to, the compacts. Have you seen a Camry win a compact derby in a while, mod compact?
I'm not going to say anything because I don't
Not big show type.
I don't
You're talking cradles and shit? Yeah.
It's W body. It's rear wheel drives.
Yep.
I mean, I think there was a couple Camrys at Bash this year, if I remember right. A couple Missouri guys brought one. That MPS had that Camry wagon.
Yeah. Well, that changes the game a little bit.
It changes. But if you go to the hobo class, the last W body to win that was Jacob Wood when they allowed pre-rans in the plate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the style of build, certain cars are winning them. And Camrys are running it in the gut and go
Yeah,
class.
I mean, Jacob won at Whiskey City the first year.
Yep.
You know, it came down
What
to
kind
him
of
and
big
Cody
car
Myers.
is a W body or a Camry?
You are a prick.
Sorry, I thought we were talking about real cars there for a second. That was in the conversation. Okay.
Not Matchbox cars.
Just to let you know, like I catch all kinds of shit via Snap.
Oh yeah. He'll be running one sometime.
Not wrong.
He's had, like I said, he's had a Camaro offered to him. All he had to do is show up and drive it.
Yep.
And he didn't go. And that is no shit.
Wherever that offers that, I'll take it.
It will be yours.
Just send me the address and I'll be there.
What else do we have coming up?
Madison, Wisconsin.
Yep.
The very next week is the Wicked Team Show.
Yep.
That is going to be stupid.
Did you see the list?
Yep.
I think we might have touched on that. Just touched. I don't want to get too deep into that yet because we're not quite close enough.
Too much room between now and then.
Yep.
And then, of course, you know, Cornhusker Chaos is coming up in April. Same way with Spring X. And then we roll right into some local, you know, team show in May. And then we top off May with Border Wars.
Yeah. And that's talking like near future, guys.
Yeah, holy shit. I can't believe we're sitting there talking about this, but, you know, it's going to be
It's gonna
February.
like real quick.
Like when this launches, it is February.
Yeah.
And we're already talking about May.
But do you know how much shit you just mentioned before, man?
A load. Yeah, a load.
Thank you, DerbyNation.tv.
That is right. And hey,
Just saved us $500.
if you ever want to go and rewatch some other videos, you got All For Him racing videos.
Oh, yeah.
Right on, he's on Facebook.
And dude, he's got full shows on there.
Oh, yes.
But my favorite is the dude can edit.
Yep.
Wow. Like the hardest hit shit.
Hardest Hits of 2024 is in the actually works right now.
Dude, just get on YouTube, type in
You got
hardest
to
hits.
put, and then, but you can put all, but make sure you put the number 4,
Yeah.
him, to get on that. And you will see some Dead Man shit.
Yep.
You will see some Border War shit. You will see everything.
I think he was at Carnage actually last year,
Yeah.
if I remember right.
Oh, yeah. Have you got to meet him?
I've not.
If you get the opportunity, dude's cool shit.
I didn't
Yep.
last that long.
It happens. Been there. Been there.
Me too.
Dude also had a stopwatch next to the bed, too. He was on the
record.
clock.
Gotta make another hit.
That's what I need to do. I'll keep a stopwatch on every time I hit somebody. All right, it's been 30 seconds. Just a little bit longer.
Well, if you were to ever do that, you'd probably last longer. Just throwing that out there. Because you try to make a hit like every 4 seconds.
It gets boring.
That's why I like watching him.
Oh, yeah, it's just, where's Seth?
Dude,
Fuck, he's down there.
He was having so much fun at Higby. I'm not shitting. That smile right there never left his fucking face the whole time.
If I wouldn't have got stuck in that hole, I didn't even use the front end yet.
No.
I used the whole ass end up,
Yep.
but the front end was about ready to party too. But
It was a good one to watch. Well,
I hope Carnage is just as good. I'm excited. First compact ever.
February 28th, March 1st. Tickets are still available. If you cannot make that show, DerbyNation.tv. Got you hooked up for all the goodies. And, you know, we'll be in Freedom Hall.
look for us.
We will be in Freedom Hall, and then 2 weeks later.
I need to holler at Broadhead. I need a care package to take with me.
They gonna let you throw koozies?
Oh, touche.
Well, I think the difference there is we're going to be down kind of on the track. So I don't think you'll be able to throw them up as far as you would
I'll
like.
put beers in them shits.
No, you ain't. You are not wasting a beer. Not happening.
Keystone.
Hey, it's just like Coors Light. The mountains are just sideways.
Well, brother man, we appreciate you coming down to hang out with us.
Fucking A, dude.
Anytime.
Got to get on a flight in the morning.
I sure do, unfortunately.
Fly to Texas.
Yeah. Listen, well, I think it'll be just a touch warmer down there.
Oh, it's cold as shit. I went down there a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh, here we go. Fuck.
Yeah, they got snow down
Oh,
there.
they got snow in Houston. You ever try to get a snowplow in Houston? I got...
Oh, did you, like, I know that nobody gives a shit about this on the podcast, but did you see all them some bitches wiping out down there?
I texted one of my vendors. I was like, hey, man, you got like a skid steer or anything you can come plow these lots? He goes, no, but I can get some plastic shovels and 3 guys. I said...
Oh,
no,
God.
but this is some funny shit.
Well, I had
We
a
should
buddy,
just went and bought a flamethrower.
I had a buddy that was Snapchatting me. He was running down the interstate, and there was, I don't know, 2 inches of snow on the ground. He stopped in the middle of the interstate. There was nobody on this bitch. He started cutting donuts.
You'd think the world ended down there.
Yeah, he was like, in the dirty South. He's like, you get a little snow, and there's nobody moving. He's like, you can do this.
I mean, he had 8 lanes. He could have took up a whole lot of
Yeah.
shit, so it wasn't no big deal. No, brother, appreciate you, man. I hope you have good luck at Carnage. We will watch it as soon as I get home.
I may watch it on the way back.
He has no been known to do that.
Well, hopefully I send you a Snapchat with a trophy or at
Yeah.
least a check.
Hope there's
We need to get with you before then. Get you some stickers.
got him
Oh,
in
yeah.
my car.
Do you?
I do, and I think the car I'm running has some hard nose stickers on it. I think you guys sponsored him at Bash, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah.
We
All
can,
right.
send, we can send some more.
oh yeah. I'm excited. I'm gonna need as many as I can get.
Well, brother, appreciate you. Got any last words?
Nope.
Make jump, boys. Fisher built. Fuel tanks are the next generation of fuel tanks on the demolition derby parts market to date. With stainless steel construction, every tank is internally welded, braced, baffled, and pressure tested, with 2 standard size options available.
Fisher Built Tanks have you covered. From your local county fair shows all the way to your national level events, where you need maximum fuel capacity and structural integrity to get you to the end. If you are in need of a next level design tank, or you just need a second fuel tank for your new setup, give Fisher Built a chance to earn your business. You won't be disappointed.